Planning your first Disney cruise? Well, there are things Disney doesn't advertise that could make or break your vacation. So, in this video, we share the honest truth of the pros and cons of cruising with Disney to help you decide if it's really worth it for you and your family. Up next. Welcome aboard, cruisers. I'm Don B from Eat, Sleep, Cruise. And Disney Cruise Line does main dining dinner a bit differently than other cruise lines, and we have to be honest, we are fans of the rotational main dining rooms. Instead of being assigned to one restaurant for the entire cruise, all guests rotate through 3 different dining rooms throughout the sailing. And the best part? Your wait staff comes with you. So this means that those servers who get to know you, your drink preferences, perhaps your food allergies, well, they'll be at the next restaurant with you tomorrow night too. Not to mention, each main dining room has a unique theme and set menus, serving up some of the best food at sea. So getting to experience multiple themed restaurants throughout your cruise is just another reason to look forward to dinner, but that unique dining experience comes at a cost that might shock you. It's no secret that Disney vacations are expensive, and that's true whether by land or by sea. When you compare the cost of a Disney cruise to a comparable sailing on a mainstream line, you can easily pay $100+ more per person per night to sail with Disney. And some of the cost is justified. Disney is a premium product, offering Broadway-quality entertainment. As we just mentioned, some of the best food at sea, immersive kids clubs, and included extras. Plus, one of the biggest moneymakers for a cruise ship is a casino, so Disney offsets the lack of one with higher fares as well. With that being said, the leap from cruise fares on most popular lines to Disney is often a big one. The cost, especially for an entire family, can just be too much for many people. Being priced out of a Disney vacation, especially if you've got big Disney fans in your family, can be a big disappointment. But speaking of Disney fans, here's something that makes the price worth it for many families: character meet and greets. Just like in the parks, Disney Cruise Line provides a lot of opportunities for guests of all ages to meet and interact with their favorite Disney characters. And unlike the parks, these opportunities are much easier to come by. Throughout the sailing, there are a lot of scheduled times where different characters hold meet and greets. This is a very popular activity, and there will probably be lines. But to be honest, they tend to move much quicker than the lines at the parks. Some main restaurants also have character interactions that fit in with the theme of the dining room. However, the real magic comes into play with unexpected character appearances. You may happen upon Captain Minnie, Belle browsing at an onboard shop, or Joy dropping in on the Inside Out game show. But getting access to some Disney experiences requires planning way ahead of time. And getting reservations for special experiences on Disney cruises can be challenging due to high demand. Booking windows open exactly 75 to 120 days before sailing, depending on your Castaway club status. And popular experiences like adult exclusive dining at Apollo, Remy, or Enchante, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique makeovers, and certain board adventures, that's what Disney Cruise Line calls their shore excursion and tour programs, can sell out within minutes. First-time Disney cruisers are often surprised by how quickly these reservations disappear, leaving them frustrated and without access to these exclusive experiences. That is why we always recommend, regardless if you've cruised before, if you're booking a Disney cruise, you should work with a travel advisor. Now, Heidi and I are not travel agents. That's why we've partnered with MEI Travel. They are Disney cruise specialists, and they can help you navigate the entire booking process, as well as help you try to secure those hard-to-get reservations. And you can take advantage of MEI Travel's great deals and promotions by using our exclusive link in the description. But when you do secure your spot, you get access to destinations that no other cruise line can offer. Disney's 2 private destinations in the Bahamas create the perfect beach day for visitors: Castaway Key, which is an island located near Great Abaco Island, has been named the best cruise line private island multiple times. Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point is Disney's newest destination, located at the southern end of the island of Eleuthera. Both destinations feature family and adult beaches, kids' water play areas, theme bars, and included barbecue lunch buffets. At Castaway Key, guests can participate in a free 5K and even receive a participation medal. Lookout Key has a nature trail that leads to a historic lighthouse for which the destination is named. Disney's private destinations are a highlight for many travelers and are well worth visiting. But even on these beautiful private islands, you might find yourself waiting in line. If you know the Disney vacation experience, it should be no surprise that you will encounter some lines on Disney cruise ships and the Disney private islands. However, do not worry too much. They still aren't as bad as you might experience in the Disney parks. With that being said, you will have to wait in line for various things while at sea, which honestly is kind of a trend with most mega ships nowadays. Passengers often line up early prior to their main dining room opening for dinner. You'll also encounter lines for meet and greets with popular characters. The same goes for the theater shows, which are first come, first served, and fill up quickly. It's also not uncommon to encounter quite a long line to ride the Aqueduct water coaster on sunny days at sea. But honestly, when it comes to many of these experiences, they're absolutely worth the wait, including the exceptional entertainment. When you sit down for a show aboard a Disney ship, you're not in for a normal, run-of-the-mill cruise ship production. Disney is consistently touted as having some of the best entertainment at sea, from stage adaptations of your favorite animated movies, think Frozen, Aladdin, and Beauty and the Beast, to original productions that include nostalgic and familiar twists. No one does entertainment quite like Disney. The theater productions are rounded out by live music throughout the ship, deck parties, including the Pirates in the Caribbean show with fireworks, and each ship contains at least one movie theater, often showing first-run Disney, Pixar, Marvel Studios, and even Star Wars films. Some main dining rooms also feature their own entertainment, with character appearances that play out throughout the meal, such as Plaza de Coco, Tiana's Place, and the Worlds of Marvel. But with only 6 ships in the fleet, your entertainment options might be limited by when and where you can actually sail. Because Disney has a small fleet, although they have 2 more ships debuting later this year, Disney Cruise Line can't offer the same kind of robust cruise schedule that other cruise lines can that have 20 plus ships. Generally speaking, you can find at least half of Disney's fleet sailing in the Bahamas or the Caribbean from Florida. In the late spring and summer, the line positions 1 ship each in Europe and another in Alaska. Disney does offer voyages in other regions, including the Mexican Riviera, Hawaii, and Australia. However, those sailings are limited to short time periods and don't lend themselves to much flexibility when it comes to the ship or scheduling. But once you do get on board a Disney ship, Disney has solved a problem that every cruise line family faces. Nearly every stateroom on Disney Cruise Line ships features a split bathroom layout to make getting ready easier for families. Instead of one bathroom that has a shower/tub, sink, and toilet, Disney splits these amenities up and adds another sink. So Disney splits up the bathroom into 2 separate areas. On one side of the stateroom entry, you'll find a separate room with a toilet and a sink. On the other side, it'll be a shower/tub combo and a sink, also with its own door. And yes, most cabins on Disney Cruise Line ships do feature a bathtub. As a signature feature of Disney ships, this innovative split bathroom concept means that families can get more done at the same time, allowing everyone to get out the door and to the fun faster. But with more time to spend, especially at night, it is possible that you could rack up quite a bar bill. When many people think of a cruise, they automatically think of sipping some cocktails by the pool, beers at the sports bar, and wine at dinner all voyage long. And while that's certainly possible on Disney, you have to pay for those drinks a la carte. That's right, on Disney, you don't have the option of an inclusive package to help offset the cost of alcoholic or non-alcoholic specialty beverages. The line does offer some deals like beer buckets and discounts on multiple bottles of wine, but if you want cocktails, spirits, or other specialty drinks, you're going to be paying for each beverage individually on Disney. And while the adults might be a little bit worried about their bar bill, your kids will have an absolutely incredible time in spaces designed just for them. With a reputation like Disney's, you're probably thinking that the line ships have some of the best kids clubs in the world, and honestly, you'd be right. The Oceaneer Club and Oceaneer Lab are filled with highly themed and immersive spaces akin to rides and experiences you'd find at Disney parks. The littlest cruisers can be immersed in the world of Toy Story with their favorite characters that are larger than life, or join the Resistance in an immersive Star Wars themed space. Other themed spaces include the Tinkerbell themed Pixie Hollow, the Marvel Superhero Academy, and Fairy Tale Hall filled with everyone's favorite princesses. But to be honest, kids are not the only ones with their own dedicated spaces on Disney Cruise Line ships. Though Disney cruises are, of course, packed with amenities and activities for kids and families, there is quite a bit for adults to do too. Notably, all ships feature the Quiet Cove Sundeck, which includes a pool, hot tubs, and a bar. On Disney Wish and Disney Treasure, this space is located aft, and the pool is an infinity-style pool, making the Quiet Cove an ideal space for unmatched views. Adjacent to the Sundeck is the Cove Cafe, an adults-only lounge that serves up specialty coffees, teas, spirits, wine, and on some ships, pastries. And while there are certainly plenty of spaces for cruisers of all ages, let's be honest, there are a lot of families on board, which means space can be limited in certain venues, especially the main restaurants. Because Disney Cruise Line guests rotate through dinner restaurants throughout the cruise, this means that all three venues have to accommodate the same amount of people. And unless they skip the MDR for an alternative dining option, all guests are dining in these rotational venues for 2 seatings each evening. To accommodate that many passengers dining at once, the tables in the restaurants can be a bit more cozy than you might be used to on other cruise lines. While many tables are well spaced out, other areas, and especially certain restaurants, can make you feel a bit like you're packed into a crowded concert venue. Likewise, most venues don't offer a lot of tables for 2, so if you are a couple, you'll likely be dining with others during your sailing. And unfortunately, when it comes to dinner options, you're more limited than you might expect. While Disney's rotational dining concept is innovative, it does create limitations for guests who prefer more flexibility. Unlike other cruise lines that offer some form of anytime dining, Disney essentially locks you into an assigned restaurant rotation and dining time. If you don't want a sit-down dinner, or don't like one of the 3 main dining room's menu offerings, your only alternatives are to pay extra for specialty dining, order room service, or grab some poolside fare. And if you cruise regularly, I know exactly what you're thinking. Don, why don't you just go to the buffet? Well, unfortunately, even the buffet on Disney Cruise Line ships is closed during dinner hours. One of the best public spaces on many cruise ships is a forward-facing observation lounge. But it's a bummer to see that Disney doesn't offer a space like this for guests on any of its cruise ships. Observation lounges are the perfect way to view the scenery ahead while staying cozy indoors and protected from the elements. They're especially nice in cooler weather destinations, like Alaska or Northern Europe, where there's a lot of scenic cruising. The closest space Disney Cruise Line offers to a traditional observation lounge is the Concierge Lounge on its newest class of ships, including again Disney Wish and Disney Treasure. While this forward lounge does look out over the Concierge Sundeck, it does have forward-facing floor-to-ceiling windows, and is a great place to relax with a cup of coffee and some good conversation. But of course, you need to be staying in a concierge level stateroom to have access to this lounge. But even if you're not staying in one of these premium stateroom categories, regardless of the stateroom you're staying in, Disney does include some things that other cruise lines charge extra for. Unlike most mainstream cruise lines, soft drinks and room service are included in the cruise fare on Disney. However, there is a caveat to the free soda. It's not free at bars, lounges, and through room service. However, it is included at all restaurants and at self-service beverage stations and in the Vibe Teen Club. As well, nearly all room service items are free, and there's not even a delivery fee. You only have to pay extra for certain items like alcohol, bottled beverages, and packaged snacks. This is a great option for families, and I can be 100% honest, the chicken wings are among some of the best at sea, and of course, you can't go wrong with a Mickey ice cream bar. But that included soda does come with one small detail that might bug environmentally conscious cruisers. Now, this may not seem like a big deal to many passengers, but Disney uses disposable paper cups on the pool deck instead of reusable plastic ones like other lines. The line may be doing it for sanitary reasons, but other lines don't seem to have a problem with washing the plastic cups using the buffet and on the pool deck. Disney Cruise Line is consistently recognized for its environmental stewardship and sustainability initiatives, so it is surprising to see that so much waste is being created on board in a way that is not common on cruise ships. Now, depending on your style of cruising, this next one may be a pro or a con, but as we alluded to earlier in this video, Disney cruise ships do not have a casino. Of course, no casino means you don't have to worry about walking through a loud, flashy casino to get to the theater or the other half of the ship. It also means that you don't have to worry about cigarette smoke drifting out of the casino into nearby public areas that aren't open to the outdoors. But while you won't find casinos on Disney ships, there's one thing that you will definitely find: plenty of Disney magic. While all the Disney theming and experiences are what draw many to Disney Cruise Line, it might be overwhelming for some casual fans. From the moment you step on board, you're immersed in Disney characters, music, imagery, and more. While many love this total immersion, others might prefer a more subdued cruise experience with options to escape the constant Disney presence. And while we are big fans of Disney, we admit that sometimes it is overkill. Unlike other cruise lines that offer a variety of entertainment styles and atmospheres, Disney's entertainment is predominantly focused on Disney properties, characters, and Disney stories, even in the adult-only spaces. But that is part of the point. You're paying a premium price for a Disney product, and you're getting a lot of Disney. But is it really worth it? Well, lucky for you, right here on YouTube, we break down the real cost of taking a Disney cruise, including what's included in the cruise fare, plus all those extras the cruise line doesn't tell you about, and you'll be one step ahead of everyone else on board, and your next cruise vacation will be smooth sailing.